Hi everyone, I am D. Mary Suguna, working as an English lecturer at CRD College for Women, Eluru. Today I came up with the topic Body Language from a course in Communication and Soft Skills, which is common for all UG programs. I am indeed glad to share my views on one of the important topic in soft skills is body language. First of all, let us know the meaning of soft skills and in soft skills, the significance of body language. Soft skills are personal attributes related to how you work and interact with others, which are necessary for success and your career development. Soft skills help you build relationships and solve problems to use your hard skills to their full extent. Soft skills are important when finding a job and growing your career. In body language, let us know the significance of communication. We have different types of communication skills. Let us understand the meaning of communication skills first. What is communication? Communication is the process of sending and receiving messages through verbal or non-verbal means, including speech or oral communication. It is nothing but the exchange of information or passing of information or ideas or feelings from one person to the other or from one end to the other in communication. Communication is of two types. One is verbal and another one is non-verbal. Let us know about verbal communication. The message is transmitted through spoken or written words. That means verbal communication is the use of words to share information with other people. It can therefore include both spoken and written communication. Next one is non-verbal communication. That means the process of conveying information without the use of words, either written or spoken. That means it refers to gestures, facial expressions, tone of voice, eye contact, postures, and other ways. With these also, we can communicate without using communication or language. Means we can communicate our ideas or feelings or information without using language to the other person. The topic that we are going to discuss now is body language or kinesics. Kinesics is the technical term for body language which is coined by Bird Whistle. Body language is a type of non-verbal communication that relies on body movements such as gestures, postures, and facial expressions to convey messages. Body language is an outward reflection of a person's emotional condition. Each gesture or movement can be a valuable key to an emotion a person may be feeling at the time. The key to reading body language is being able to understand a person's emotional condition while listening to what they are saying and noting the circumstances under which they are saying it. Most people most people, however, are remarkably unaware of body language signals and their impact, despite the fact that we know that more of the messages in any face to face conversation are revealed through body signals. For example, when a baby cries without using any language, the mother can spontaneously understand its needs. When your teacher has a serious expression on her or his face, You can understand that he or she means business. You can also communicate what is in your mind by raising your hand, nodding, coughing, or by raising from your chair. All these are instances of nonverbal communication. You can use your eyes, head, facial expressions, and postures to enhance your communication. Gestures. A movement of the hands, arms, or head, etc., to express an idea or feeling. The fundamental idea behind communication is to convey your thoughts and have a meaningful discourse. Gestures have the power to act as an effective tool of communication too. When people talk, they move their hands. Spontaneous hand movements produced in rhythm with speech. A gesture is a specific bodily movement that reinforces a verbal message or conveys a particular thought or emotion. Your hands can be a marvelous tools of communication when you speak, but many inexperienced speakers are unsure what to do with their hands. A speaker's gestures can suggest very precise meaning to an audience. To be effective, a speaker's gestures must be powerful and purposeful, even if they are performed unconsciously. They must be visible to the audience. They must mean the same thing to the audience that they mean to the speaker. And they must reflect what is being said, as well as the total personality behind the message. Why gestures are important? Gestures strengthen the audience's understanding of your verbal message. Together with what you say, gestures help paint vivid pictures in your listeners' minds. Gestures convey your feelings and attitudes more clearly to the audience. Gestures enhances audience's attentiveness and retentions, and it also help you to indicate the response you seek from listeners. So it is the importance of gestures while we are communicating our ideas or feelings through non-verbal communication. Next, coming to the postures. Posture is the way you position your body or arrange your limbs. A good posture makes a person look strong and free, and therefore helps the person to radiate with an attitude and confidence. The way a person is standing or sitting while communicating reveals a lot about their interest in a conversation. For example, if they are standing or sitting with their back straight and shoulders facing backwards, they are listening, engaged, and open to the information or ideas you are presenting. On the other hand, if they have a poor posture with raised or slouched shoulders and a bent spine, they may be angry or anxious or nervous. The position of the arms is another way of finding out if a person is interested. Arms on the table, to the sides, or any other open style showcases a person's positive feelings and readiness to absorb information. If you find closed or crossed arms, the person might be feeling or experiencing some kind of negative emotion. So, the way a person places their feet on the ground shows their interest to the observer. If the feet are placed evenly on the ground, it means they are open and ready to listen to your ideas. When you observe this peak, you can see the different postures of a human being can do at different places and time. You can observe all these things on in this picture, and you can imagine which posture indicates the attentiveness and readiness to share or to absorb information. Next important thing is facial expressions. Facial expressions are used by humans to convey various types of meaning in various contexts. When you speak, your face communicates your attitudes, feelings, and emotions clearly than any other part of your body. Face is the index of mind. Smiling face wins many things in both professional and general situations. Most of the emotions can be expressed through your face. Familiarity and understanding facial expressions will not only help us to communicate with others, but also improve our ability to what other people are communicating. Facial expressions can convey more meaning than even the clearest and most accurate words. If you want to highlight certain parts of your speech, facial expressions can help you to do that with ease. You will learn to speak with more confidence and convey your message with accuracy and clarity. Next, coming to the eye contact. Eye contact and facial expressions are often linked together. So, always maintain eye contact with the audience. The person who is speaking to you or you are speaking to, you should not fix your gaze at one person for more than 5 seconds. Too much fluttering of eyes could indicate lack of confidence. Especially the eyes play an important role in nonverbal communication. We all know that age old saying that the eyes are the window to the soul, and in many ways it holds true. Eye contact is a type of body language that is extremely important during communication and conversation. Sometimes our eyes and body language speak even more than words. By maintaining proper eye contact, establishes a connection with your audience. It creates a bond between speaker and listener. Eye contact improves your concentration, and eye contact it also projects authority and confidence in you. Next important thing is Proximix. The term Proximix was coined by the anthropologist Edward T. Hall. Proximix means the use of space between two people. That means while we are communicating our ideas with the other people, the distance that we use while we are conversating with that person, the space. Okay, it is categorized into four zones. They are intimate space, personal space, social space, and public space. Intimate space is reserved for members of the family and other loved ones. It is for people who you are very close to. In this case, you are probably less than a foot away and you might even be touching the other person. So, it is reserved for members of the family and other loved ones. Next one is personal space for talking with friends privately. It is even closer. In this case, you are probably about 1 to 4 feet away from someone. This is reserved for talking to friends privately and also for your family members. And next one is social space for fellow workers and strangers. Social space means we are getting a little closer, about 4 to 12 feet away. This is the kind of space you are probably in if you are talking to a colleague or a customer at work. So it is reserved for fellow workers and strangers. Next, public space. Public space is the space that characterizes how close we sit or stand to someone, like a public figure or public speaker. So, if you are at an event listening to a professor's give a lecture, you are probably about 12 to 25 feet away. So, that could be a classroom and for speeches before groups. This pic reveals the space that we maintain in our daily life: intimate space, personal space, social space, and public space. Next thing is chronemics. Chronemics is the study of the use of time in nonverbal communication. We attempt to control time and trying to use it more effectively. Good timing is very crucial, and you should rehearse a formal presentation until it is a little underlined, because staying within time limits is a mark of courtesy and professionalism. The way we perceive time, structure our time, and react to time is a powerful communication tool and helps set the stage for the communication process. Across cultures, time perception plays a large role in the nonverbal communication process. Time perceptions include punctuality, willingness to wait, and interactions. The use of time can affect lifestyles, daily agendas, speed of speech, and monuments, and how long people are willing to listen. Next, coming to paralanguage or vocalics. Vocalics is the study of paralanguage, which includes the vocal qualities that go along with verbal messages such as pitch, volume rate, and vocal quality. Pitch helps convey meaning, regulate conversational flow, and communicate the intensity of a message. For example, babies recognize a sentence with a higher pitched ending as a question. Paralanguage provides important context for the verbal content of speech. For example, volume helps communicate intensity. A louder voice is usually through a certain tone, and facial expression can be just as intense. We typically adjust our volume based on our setting, the distance between people, and the relationship. Speaking rate refers to how fast or slow a person speaks and can lead others to form impressions about our emotional state, credibility, and intelligence. As with volume, variations in speaking rate can interfere with the ability of others to receive and understand verbal messages. When you observe speakers, a slow speaker could bore others and lead their intention to wander. A fast speaker may be difficult to follow, and the fast delivery can actually distract from the message. When speaking at a faster than normal rate, it is important that a speaker also articulate and pronounce his or her words clearly to the audience. So, our tone of voice can be controlled with pitch, volume, and emphasis, but each voice has a distinct quality known as a vocal signature. Voices vary in terms of resonance, pitch, and tone, and some voices are more pleasing than others. Next, haptics. Haptics is a form of nonverbal communication using a sense of touch. Some forms of haptics communication is handshake or a gentle pat or a gentle pat on back or a high five. You can see the picture, the sense of touch you can observe in this picture. Touching and being touched are essential to a healthy life. Touch can communicate power, empathy, assurance, modesty, and understanding. Usually, haptics refers to the study of communication by touch, each to use or to communicate a unique message like fear, disgust, love, encouragement, gratitude, sympathy, anger, pain, violence, etc. Haptic communication connects and intends in transmitting emotions like task orientation, ritual, interaction, idiosyncratic relationship, and emotional attachment. So, final conclusion. Body language is the most important form of nonverbal communication. It helps us communicate our feelings, mental state, and intentions to the people around us. As body language is the most important form of nonverbal communication, as facial expressions, gestures, and postures are usually a direct expression of how we feel. If you are the one taking the interviews, on the other hand, you should focus on sending out positive signals to help to create a calm environment and calm the applicant's nerves. A further common situation in which body language plays is an essential role are negotiations. You need to impress the people with your confidence. As you observe others, you can identify some common signs that indicate how a person is feeling. Typical things to look for in confident people include posture, standing tall with shoulders back, eye contact solid with a smiling face, gestures with hands and arms purposeful and deliberate. Your speech should be slow and clear, and your tone of voice should be moderate to low. So, body language is very much significant to various relationships and relevant to leadership and management in employment and any outside of the workplace. Being able to read body language can provide a deeper understanding of what people are trying to say and help interpret the words left unsaid. These are the references that I have referred to make this presentation. Thank you.